YouTube, this your boy the Chocolate Bear. You guys, a quick video. As you guys already know, I'm not gonna keep you guys long. I'm gonna get straight into it. Okay, I did pay for TashaK subscription for Surviving Jaguar Wright Part 2. And I'm gonna get into it. I wanna say I think TashaK did a great job regarding editing. It was edited well. She did her job regarding that aspect, regarding interviewing people. She wasn't boisterous. She let them really say what they wanted to say. Okay, she interviewed two cousins, Crystal or Christelle, I'm not sure exactly how she pronounces it, and another cousin named Jamie. Okay, she interviewed the first cousin, Christelle, first. What I didn't know regarding Jaguar Wright is I thought she was originally from Baltimore. Jaguar Wright is not from Baltimore, she's from New Jersey. She moved to Baltimore when she was 13 years old. Christelle, her mom took custody of Jaguar Wright when she was young. According to Christelle, she tried to portray Jaguar Wright like she was this just outrageous teenager that was just problematic, had a lot of issues. So her mom took Jaguar to get her off her parents' mind, or give them some little comfort or whatever. So they moved to Philly. So I never even knew that. And also she talked about Jaguar's son. I never even knew Jaguar had a son that was murdered in 2018. Condolences to Jaguar and her family regarding that incident, because I'm very sure that's painful. What I don't get with people is no matter what goes on with family, I don't know, it makes me second guess a lot of stuff with family. I don't care what happens, if I dislike you, if I don't even fool with you, family members that don't even fool with me, they would never come on camera to trash me, to talk trash regarding me, my character, who I am. So it makes me second guess exactly what's going on regarding Jaguar Wright, her behavior, her past. Like, why would these people, your family, come online to trash you and talk negatively about you? Like, what happened? But I will say, she did mention about Jaguar Wright alleging that she had sexual trauma, she had been raped. And what gets me with family and people, I do believe Jaguar Wright that she has been, sexually assaulted and or raped. And what gets me with people, they refuse to believe, especially black women. They would not believe black women at all. Even with the Me Too movement, they will graciously, believe a white woman, but when a black woman or a young black girl says that she's been sexually violated, why didn't you say this before? This or that. I'm just like, but you're not even believing a victim, a person that has told you that she's been sexually violated. I think 4 out of 5 black girls have been sexually violated, touched, inappropriately, sexually groped, and they don't come out because why? Because people don't believe them and because they will be trashed tremendously. But I was just shocked how her family trashed her regarding her cousin even said, oh, and I didn't even know this all as well. Like, even though the cousin mentioned her son died in 2018, as I mentioned previously, in a parking lot. And I was just like, wow. And also, she mentioned that the grandmother raised the son, that Jaguar didn't even have a relationship with her son, that the son called her Jackie, that he didn't call her mom or mother or whatever. And with some of this stuff, I think Tasha K did a thing with this interview. I just wish that it was more proof in regards to the allegations that these people were expounding on. I didn't see any type of additional documentation. Like, it was just word of mouth. The cousin did mention that she knows a lot about Jaguar Wright, that they were very close, younger, and even in her younger years when she was in the studios and stuff. And I'm like, what happened? It just, it's mind boggling to think how you could be close with a relative and then someone is trying to do a documentary on you to expose you, and your family is like, here, I talk like it just. It's mind boggling that family would even do each other like this. I mean, I might not fool with family, certain people, and they might not fool with me, but I guarantee you they wouldn't get on here trashing me or degrading me, my character, or me as a parent or as a person. No. I just, like, it was just crazy, and how Jaguar lost custody of her son, and that's what the cousin said. The cousin also mentioned how she had a nervous breakdown, and just it was just weird to have family trashing someone that has alleged that they've had sexual trauma as a teenager and also as an adult, and you say you don't believe them. Your own family, really? And also the other cousin, Jamie, she was the one that Jaguar Wright stated or alleged that the girl's father raped her. And I could understand the cousin's aspect. Like, she did not want to give Jaguar Wright. She was like, no, it didn't happen. You sung at my parents' wedding. Why would you sing? Everyone loved my dad. I could get the cousin. She doesn't want to believe that her dad could do something like that. But I'm just like, your cousin is stating that she was violated by your dad. And I know it's hard, but a lot of black women do not come forth with stuff regarding sexual abuse because people don't believe them. They don't. In this case, your own family will say that you're lying. He didn't do that, and the cousin said she sang at the wedding. Jaguar Wright loved the father, and I just, it's just weird how the dynamic of the two of the family members, how they could sit there and trash you and just come at you over something that wasn't, your fault regarding you being a teenager or a child being sexually abused, sexual trauma, how people will not believe you. Even if, when it happened, even if you have proof, they will still deny, deny, deny. And the cousin just could not believe it. The cousin also said that Jaguar Wright mom is not schizophrenic. That's a lot. But I'm just like, how do you know? I mean, do you have, access to her medical history, her medical records? Do you know if she's compliant on any type of medication? Do you know if she goes to a psychiatrist, to a therapist? How do you know? You're saying, what got me, they're saying a lot of these accusations are not true, but they didn't prove anything. Even the ex-husband came on there, and he was saying that he didn't sleep with well, he wasn't caught with the transsexual in a sexual position. He was saying that that was a lie, that wasn't true. And I'm just like, y'all aren't showing any proof in regards to what happened. I think Tasha, what messed her up, she spent so much trying to create narratives regarding her having a mental illness and her lying that she lost scope of really the documentary or docu-series regarding what was going on regarding Jaguar Wright. I mean, to me, you had the cousins, their relatives that were close to her in her younger years, as including her career as well. And you could have went deeper regarding that. In my opinion, TashaK could have went deeper and nastier regarding asking the cousins about her sexual history, her sexual past, stuff like that. Even though I do think this was a bit nasty, but I think that she could have went a little deeper into asking them regarding how many dudes she's had sex with, or her sexual partners, or who did she do this with, or her in that Jill Scott incident, did she sleep with this? And even one of the cousins says she slept with one of the sisters, like, men. I'm just like, what is going on? But I think they focus so much on a sexual hit, like her mental illness and her lying on celebrities and trying to allude that she was lying and trying to allude that she said that Jaguar Wright had been in the mental facility when she was a child. But to me, it could be from having been sexually assaulted, sexual trauma. If it did happen, a sexual past where she was forced to do things as a child. And I think people refuse to think about that. You have a young woman that's coming out saying that she was sexually abused, and people are like, well, no, it didn't happen. You like this person, you sang at their funeral. It's not true. It's not true. And I'm just like, stuff like this will drive people over the edge to commit suicide, into substance abuse, into promiscuous behavior. But that's not negate the fact that it did not happen, but to try to malign her character and make it seem like she has a mental illness. Mental illness doesn't mean that you're crazy. It just means that potentially you have some type of mental defect. People with mental illnesses are doctors, lawyers, our nurses, our politicians, our pharmacists. They're everywhere. And to negate the fact that she has a mental illness, that something is wrong or she's lying, that's not true. And from watching this, like, I couldn't even watch the whole thing, y'all. It was stretched out, I will say that, with the same stuff, clips of Jaguar Wright. I think Tasha should have came with more facts. Baby, I need documentation. I need you to prove something to refute these charges or to make her appear a certain way opposed to this whole mental health thing with her having a mental illness and this and that, and what the cousins say, no, babe, I need more. I need something tangible. You're going to have to give me some records, some subpoenas, some documents. You got to do something. But I just was not, I wasn't, it didn't make me believe what they were selling. I do believe this part. I do believe that Jaguar Wright took parts of the truth and they did as well, and they stretched it out to make something believable that it was hard to believe, or a certain aspect. So they took this part, that part, and tried to allege it was this or that. But I do think, and oh yeah, also they did mention that in 2016 she was convicted of child abduction of her own child. So I mean, it was just a bizarre regarding this. But I do think TashaK could have went deeper, but she did not. She only touched on the surface of certain stuff. She had certain video clips to show Jaguar Wright going off, stuff like that. But I don't like the aspect of her trying to interview her son. I just think stuff gets just too nasty and dirty and hateful. But I would say in the second part, to me, she could have just did one whole video, baby. It didn't have to be no second part, because what these cousins were selling, I wasn't quite buying. No one, especially the cousin Jamie, no one wants to believe that their dad is a rapist or sexually assaulted their cousin, you know? But comment below, y'all. Let me know what you think. Peace.